Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining us once again. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite breakfast food. I know if you're someone that's looking for like hot cereals or porridge or things like that to eat in the morning, but you're not necessarily looking for oats or something too heavy, quinoa is actually a really great substitute. Now, I've used quinoa in the past before multiple times just for savory and salty dishes, but you can actually do a lot of sweet things to it. You can make cakes out of it. You can make it into flour, grind it into cookies or things like that. Here we're going to make a hot cereal porridge mimic. So the very first thing you want to do that's very important, which I've done already, is make sure that your quinoa is nicely soaked. So once it's soaked, it'll really remove that outer husk that's a little bit better, and it can be a little intense on the palate. So this way, you've got something nice and mild to work with. So I'm just gonna put pot on my stove here, and very simply enough, so I'm gonna take about 1 cup of the quinoa and put it inside. And then to that, I'm gonna add just enough milk to cover the whole thing. Usually you would boil quinoa with water, but now we're doing milk, so to give it a nice, almost creamy texture. And it'll just be something very different, so that way you can actually put a sweet application to it. Now, the toppings are how we're actually gonna sweeten it. We're just gonna get an apple, 1 orange, a couple pineapples, and some strawberries. Just chop it up. You can leave the skin if you want to, it doesn't really bother me. Once you have a rough chop, we're just going to transfer everything onto our bowl here. And then to prevent it from actually going brown, I'm just going to use the citrus of an orange. I'm just going to slice that in 2. Take my press and then juice that just inside here. So now that's important to add the citrus in there because you want something that's not going to get brown and kind of mushy and everything. So you've got your apple, your orange. Now we're going to put in a couple of slices of pineapple. Pineapple will actually bring that sweetness, so we don't actually have to add like sugar and stuff like that, so it's perfect. So I just got a handful here. Give that also a rough chop. Put that with the apples. Now that my milk is also properly boiling, see right here, it's getting to a boil, which is exactly what I want. I'm gonna add in a little bit of flavoring in there as well. So I'm gonna put in about 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 or 2 drops of vanilla, just to flavor that milk. And just to get it a little sweet, just 1 teaspoon of sugar right on top. I'm gonna bring that until the quinoa is properly cooked. What we're trying to do is really get that flavor. If you have some nutmeg, some cardamom, some stuff like that, some spices to put in there, it'll just start, your kitchen will start smelling like Christmas, and it's exactly what you want. And that flavor is just fantastic with the fruits that we're gonna be putting in it. So when you have a nice thick mixture here, come and have a look. It's actually awesome. It will really coat the back of your spatula or your spoon. It looks like oats. It looks almost like porridge even. It's nice and creamy. We're ready to go. So we're just gonna put that into a white bowl here. Now you're gonna mix up your different sweeteners with your quinoa hot cereal here. So I'm just gonna put maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons. You really wanna get that juice that came out because all that sweetness is there. Give it a good mix. I'm gonna take our porridge, put that right on top. You can smell that cinnamon and that vanilla. Amazing. I'm gonna give that a good mix as well, so that when you go for the porridge, you'll have all these different chunks of pineapple, of apple, and things like that, which is exactly what we're looking for. Once you have that, I'm just gonna get a couple of strawberries here, just to liven it all up, and I'm gonna give them a quick chop as well. Put all that right on top. I'm gonna add in a little bit of cinnamon, just a sprinkle from the top so you get that nice powder all over. And just for an added sweetness for some people, I'm just gonna put a drizzle of honey, just like that, and we're done. So it's the morning, it's time for breakfast, you're hungry, you're kind of tired. This is the type of food that's perfect for you, especially if you're looking for something with more protein and maybe less carbs. It's just everything you want it to be. There's some fruit, there's some sweetness, there's that nice creamy mouthfeel that you look for. So please, if you enjoy this recipe, please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel on youtube.com/FatKidInside, and I'll see you guys soon.